Hi, this is Brandon from the Kiteboarder magazine. I'm here with Filen from Airush. You are the brand director and the design director, so that means you're responsible for all these surfboard shapes that are here. How are you doing?
Yeah, very good, very good.
So let's go ahead and have you show us constructions that you have going for this year.
Cool. Well, I mean, the main thing for us is looking at the biggest changes for us has been going to the EcoBoard program. That means all of our boards are EcoBoards. You know, they're a verified process where we using plant-based resins as much as possible in the boards, using EPS cores. So that's the big news in terms of construction. You know, I think we're the first major brand to be doing that in kiting. So really making something that's more sustainable, that kind of does less harm, and that's, you know, within what we try to do as a brand, along with trying to be as technologically advanced as possible in terms of development. So yeah, you know, that's what I feel is probably the biggest news for the year. In terms of constructions, I can show you the key constructions. If we have a look over here, basically we have, you know, 3 key constructions. We have what we call custom epoxy, yeah, which is your standard single skin construction. We use Integra reinforcing under the heel areas, and it's a high density EPS core. Yes. The second construction we go to would be our reflex bamboo, and that's also a pretty unique construction where you've got a UD flax rail, and then as you go to the center of the board, we've actually got the bamboo laid up, optimized where there's the most flex in the tail. There's intermediate flex in the center, and then we stiffen up the nose area of the board. So really giving, you know, something that's got a lot of reflex and response. And then the third construction we have over here, this would be our reflex carbon Integra, where you have a full carbon bottom deck. So the board's a complete sandwich layer. And then getting to the top deck, you have a carbon Integra layer at 45 degrees. And the idea with this is that you have all the protection from carbon, and then you still have a high amount of flex. So those are the 3 key constructions, and then depending on the model, we'll have certain models are available in all 3, and certain models might only be available in one of them.
Gotcha. So so let's go ahead and walk through the different models that you're offering for this year.
So the first model that we'd look at is the Converse, and if you have a look, that's your classic down the line board where you have the highest tail rocker in the board. You have, you know, relatively narrow round tail, and then you know, you also have, it's the narrowest board to the same given length. So that's you know, really Converse is our classic down the line, okay, top to bottom kind of shape. Then moving on to the second version, let me grab it. Yeah. And we have what is referred to as the comp, and if you have a look at the comp, you're going towards a slightly wider tail. The board is wider overall through the center, and then you've got a flatter rocker.
So Clinton, the one thing that I'm noticing here is that there's actually no inserts on these surfboards. So what is your approach to that this year?
Well, certain models will still have inserts. If you look at the custom epoxies, they all have inserts. And then as you move up through the line, we've gone away from your traditional insert. We did this for 2 reasons. The one thing is, if you're not riding with straps, then the inserts tend to create a hard point on the board, and the board can easily get damaged around the inserts. And the second thing is that we developed a new GlueOn Insert system, which I'll show you over here.
Oh, cool.
So then, you know, one of the questions people have is, like, now we ship the boards without fins and without traction, and the fins for us was because a lot of people have very specific preferences with the fins that they use. And with the traction, you know, we have, some people want front pad, some people want no front pad, thicker or thinner front pad. So there's a lot of options out there. So we try to make a very versatile system, and the same thing goes with regard to inserts. So we developed a new GlueOn Insert system. If you have a look at all of our pads, they have a section in the center of the pad, which, I mean, looks like a very traditional surf pad, but you can have the option of either placing the insert section in there and then put in the pad on and the strap, or you can, you know, stay with your standard system. The unique thing for us is this is a molded, basically like a web connect that glues onto the board with a high bond tape, and it's a pre-curved, relatively flexible plastic part that holds 2 stainless steel inserts, and they're recessed below the height of the pad. So if you want to remove them, you can still
ride strapless and not really have a problem noticing them.
So that gives you the option of pretty much setting the boards up any way that you want. The best thing to do is go to the website and see the, you know, the amount of options that we offer in a relatively compact range.
Okay, let's continue with the line.
The third shape that we have in the surf line is the amp, and this is the flattest rocker in the pure surf line, and it's the widest in the center point. So you're really going through a progressive, you know, boards are getting wider, the rockers are getting flatter, you know, depending, going from more down the line through to more onshore. So
smaller surf, more sloppy, more fun.
Exactly, yeah, something that carries more speed through the turns, is less power hungry, you know, as you get towards the amp shape. Mm-hmm. You know, if you think of it in a progression, then the next line that we'll go to, which I'll show you over here, we have a completely new board range which we call the Mini Monsters, and the concept behind the Mini Monsters was really like bridging that gap from people are looking for a board they can travel with. They're looking for something that's extremely versatile, that can handle some surf, some onshore surf, or like intermediate surf, and then going all the way towards being more freeride orientated. It's really an interesting product for us. If you have a look down here, you'll see that this board is set up with your standard fin construction, like your standard surf fin construction, and then we have future boxes on them. And then all of the boxes are quite heavily reinforced with high density foam inserts. Mm-hmm. So that means that you can set the board up over here like with a more of a freeride fin setup, which would be like your traditional carving fin setup. So you can run bigger fins that goes upwind a lot better. And then we also offer that with the inserts that you can take a foil as well.
Oh, so that's fascinating. So you actually have inserts inset in the bottom of the board for plate bindings.
Yeah, so if you have a look there, the inserts actually set up over there on the board. There's the foil plates installed, and the idea for us with this is extremely low drag when you're not using the inserts. So, you know, one of the issues we had with the other convertibles in the past is that, you know, 2 US boxes have a lot of drag and add a lot of weight. So, and this is really optimized in terms of minimizing weight, so really making a convertible. So, you know, there's a line of boards where it's taking you from kind of your strapless flat water, you know, your just regular free ride with straps, you know, all the way to foiling. Mm-hmm. Cool. So that's the range plan in a nutshell. Then we also have a woman-specific board which is called the Diamond.
Let's check that out.
So this is the Diamond board over here. This is done in a custom epoxy construction. It's based off our comp, but it has it's narrow in the width, shorter in the length, you know, shorter all round, narrower stance, you know, really designed for a lighter rider.
Alright.
Yeah, so you know, if you have a look through the range, you'll see a lot of structure for us going from dedicated down the line all the way through literally to a convertible foil board.
Okay. Is there, and so if people want to get more information about the line, where should they go?
I mean, the best thing for us is just going to airush.com and looking into the line, and they can contact us via social media if they have any specific questions.
Alright, Clinton, hey, thank you very much, appreciate it.